Hi friends, it's 30 Inks, 30 Days, the wrap up. So, here we are. Oh, the thing fell. Let me get it. We are here. This is the month. This is getting chunkers. I love it. You know, now that these are surrounded, I don't hate them as much. We had an interesting month of inks. If we look this month and the last one we did, we got a lot of blues. Gee, is that a surprise? Because that's my favorite color. This month is more pleasing to me than this month, but that's because there are these greens in here. And so then why do I own them? I don't know. Not sure. These things happen. If we look at this page, which was my favorite? No, which are my favorites? Yes. I love this. This is Deck the Halls, if I recall correctly. I quite like this. That's, I think, my beloved Docto. I like Percono Cove. Which one is this one? The purple with the shimmer. I just did that. Oh, Raise a Glass. Yeah, I should use that more. I like that. That's got to be Opportunity. I mean, they're all pretty good inks, which is good because I own bottles of them. But let's look at these. We're going to look at the splats, especially because we wanted to see which ones stayed in the lines. So we'll zoom in. Here's all the best. It did not. Deck the Halls. Gorgeous. Did not stay in the lines. I love this one. This Jacquemin Kyanite du Nepal. It's strangely flat looking on the page. I wonder. The shimmer comes off. I bet it's on here. KWZ Turquoise. And Did Not Obey the Lines. Lamy Blue. Funny how this has like a halo to it in the swatch. Docto. I love Docto so much. It's so pleasing to me. Humpback Whale. Ooh. This stayed in the lines a little bit. That's one. I think it's the only one so far. Right? Yeah. 75-ton rocket engine. More complex than it looks at first. Pannonia Strigoi. This doesn't stay in the lines, but look, the lines resisted it in spots. I'm not counting that though. So we're still at just one. From Cali, which is pretty, doesn't make me think of California at all, and is a little bit illegible. It does somewhat stay in the lines, but not enough for me to count it. So we're still at just one. Colorverse Opportunity. Pretty. I'm going to count this because look, that is like the most straight line. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm counting it. No one's going to judge. Pillars of Creation. More sheen than I would love, but a good color. Dominant Industries Dawn. I haven't used this one in a while, and I really should. It's a really pretty one, and it is in a juicy enough pen, it's legible. But I like the next day better. Dusk, more legible. Still want a juicy pen, but more legible. And then we've got Petrichor. This swatch is so much cooler than the ink is in the writing, right? Yeah. It's being influenced by the lines right here. Poussière de Lune. Look at that. I know not all of you care. Probably most of you don't. But at least me and Mrs. Alchemist. Wait. Now I doubt that that's your name. Well, if it's not, I'm sorry, but you know who you are. We both love it. So this one stays in the lines. That's 2. Because it's here, it's over here. Yeah. Oh, Abigail. Absolutely. Look at that. I guess this is what it has going for it more than anything else. Because it's a bit light. It's okay on this white paper, but I'm going to show it to you on the cream paper, which is the paper I write on most. Well, this is actually showing up quite a lot. I find it can turn out pretty light. And I'll have a harder time reading it in dimly lit situations. This is 3 now. Rohrer und Klingner alt Goldgrün. Apologies again. This is a line follower. Yeah. Is that 5 or 4? 5. 4. 5. I hope I didn't lose count. Sailor Ink Studio 767 also. Yeah, we're going to count that and say 6. This one is so delightful to me. Diamine Writer's Blood does whatever the hell it wants. It takes over. It doesn't even look like blood. This one is like, you know what maybe it's about? This looks like wine. And so maybe what they're saying is that writer's blood is made of wine. I'll believe it. Mysterium. We've got Kiwi Ink's Tre Colori Gold Sheen Violet. Green Sheen Violet. Raise a Glass. I love this one. This Lilac. What I think is Dorchester Blue. Kiwi Ink's San Francisco Pen Show from 2023. You know what I should do? Let's pause. I've said it reminds me of Black Ivy. Not quite. But if you want a similar color, you can get Black Ivy. You can't get this one. Although maybe you could. Maybe if you reached out to Kiwi Inks, they'd be able to make you some, but I don't think so. Then we have Organic Studio Nitrogen. No. It resists, the lines on the paper resisted it though, which is kind of interesting for such a like bold ink. Cacao do Brasil. Sailor Shikiori Sakura Mori. And Porthcurno Cove. So that was 6, I think, that we counted where they stayed in the lines. Do you find that as delightful as some of us do? It's just so cool. So cool. Are there any inks that I wouldn't buy again? Because these are ones I have and I own, right? We won't include any of these Christmassy ones because they were ink bent. I wouldn't buy this KWZ turquoise again, not because it's not good, it's great, but because this is like the 4th bottle of this color that I own. And by that I mean these 4 inks are basically the same. I got Lamy Blue for free. I would not have purchased it. Not that it's bad, it's just not my color. You know, I don't know if I'd buy Strigoi again. It's really cool, but it's incredibly impractical. The pigment gets everywhere. Like, it's hard to clean out. I don't know, but look at that's cool. The color comes through as green. From Cali, I would buy it again because it's for California. Maybe I shouldn't, but there we are. I don't know if I'd buy Pillars of Creation again, because it's a little more sheeny than I like, but it's good. I am buying fewer inks that are as dry as the multi-chromatic poly shading inks. I have enough of them. I probably wouldn't buy Abigail again because, like I said, it turns out a little bit too light for me. I would definitely not buy Goldgrün again. Not because it's not good, but this is just like not my color. So maybe I should get rid of it, to be honest. Pass it along. But this one looks like a fish. Anyway, I wouldn't buy this one again. 767, not my color. I wanted a green and I found a better one. I have both Schrodinger and Spirit. And like Schrodinger and Cat I bought because of the name. If I'm going to be honest. I would do it again. Writer's Blood is an interesting one. I like having it because it's so good for pens that don't flow well. This, I don't know if I'd buy a Tricolori Gold Sheen Violet again, mostly because the sheen is green and I wanted it to be gold. Raisin Glass, didn't buy, would buy. Lilac, I probably wouldn't buy this again because I have a color that's very similar to it, but it's a good ink. This was free. The Pen Show inks, I did not buy this year's ink because this is 2 years in a row that they're very heavy sheen inks, and I don't like that. If you do, they're great. Definitely would not buy Nitrogen again. I like this Cacao du Brazil. I don't really like brown, but I like this one. I like having a brown. Yes, absolutely. This Indocto, if I could somehow live in them. Don't ask me what I mean. I don't know. But my heart, like, that's what it wants. It wants to somehow live in these inks. They're not the same. They're different. This is bluer. I love them both. That was the month. As far as the process goes, it was nice to not have to, I'm going to put that in quotes, ink up 30 pens. I have currently maybe 20 pens that need to be cleaned out from June and September. So they're still inked from back here. And like, that's a lot of pens to clean. So it can become overwhelming. It was nice to do it this way. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do next year because at this point, if I want to do 30 inks, I'm going to have to like acquire more inks or use up samples or something, but many of them will have already been seen. I might have 30 samples that we haven't seen before, but so I don't know what that means for me. However, what's up next if you've seen it, I got the ink vent from Enigma. So we've got these. Yay! And I have 2 other advent calendars. One is coming. It hasn't arrived yet, and I don't know if it's going to be here by December 1st. I'm going to be pretty bummed if it's not, but it's the Bon Maman jam one. And then I got the other one, which is Exit the Game. And those 2 are my partner and I can have fun with those together. So I'm thinking the jam one, maybe I'll open when we do the ink ones. As far as like what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to swatch them. And then we'll see what they are. I don't know what else we'll do. Yeah. That's what's coming up. I also have a video that I made swatching. If you remember, I told you, I think maybe I didn't. Neko Kitty Loves Fountain Pens was kind enough to pass along some samples. And I made a video swatching them, but like something went wrong in the recording. So I have to do some editing, and I haven't had a chance to get to it because my schedule has been a little bit nuts. So that'll come out in December, probably, I think. So we'll have December will have the Inkvent videos probably, and it'll have the Neko Kitty video, and I don't know what else. Oh, possibly a new pen. Yeah. Oh, well, probably a new pen because Twisby's putting out one that I kind of want. But that's different news. This is 30 inks. This is the overview. Which of these is your favorite? Just to like look at. Those 2. I really like that one. This is a warm purple. Kind of like Persephone, if I remember. Amanda did a video where she compared a bunch of the ones that were like Raise a Glass. No, Deck the Halls. That's Raise a Glass. Yeah. I'm having like interesting feelings about like getting to the end of this project. I will possibly do like a chatting video where I swatch more of these because I have to, these cards, the Aeroful are not, or these aren't the Aeroful. These are the cat cards. I think I have all of these done now, but I don't have nearly as many of the Aeroful cards done. So that'll be like a next thing. And maybe we just hang out and chat. Oh, I will say there are 2 new inks. There's 1 new ink that I'm going to get as soon as I can, which is Lady Grey, because it looks like maybe like Marley. I did think that maybe I would look at this and choose pens for a currently inked for December. But I'm going to have to see how many other pens I still have inked, because I actually think it's so many that I should not be inking more. As it is, I inked 2 at the end of the month, and that's like, oh my gosh, I got to get through those 2 now. So, I know, tough life, right? Not at all. This was a delight. I hope you had fun. Thank you for hanging out with me over the course of this month. If you've commented, thank you. If you haven't commented, but you watched, thank you. Thanks for just being awesome people. I really appreciate you. And I hope whenever you're watching this, you're having a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye.